Between Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, which one is truly worth playing? In the current landscape where mobile FPS titles are getting oversaturated, looking back, we've had legendary names that once, or still, dominated the scene like Team Fortress, Paladins, Overwatch, and even the blockbuster Conquered. But on December 6, 2024, NetEase Game Studio, the same team behind big hits like Naraka, Bladepoint, Onmyoji, Harry Potter, Magic Awakened, and Identity V, launched a brand new title that shook the gaming world with over 400,000 concurrent players at launch. That game is none other than Marvel Rivals, a third-person shooter where you can step into the shoes of Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, and more, joining chaotic battles to push payloads or capture objectives. So, what exactly makes this game so hot? And should Overwatch start worrying that its glory days might be fading? Does Marvel Rivals truly have the firepower to compete with the Titan itself? Let's break it down in this quick review. This is not the first time NetEase has collaborated with Marvel superheroes. Many of you might remember Marvel Super War, a mobile MOBA similar to Arena of Valor or Honor of Kings. When it first launched, fans were excited to marvel heroes and villains into a game that required strategy and quick reflexes. But over time, the excitement died down. Updates became scarce, new content stopped coming, and players slowly left. Released in 2019, the game officially shut down in June 2024 because it just didn't have the pull to keep servers alive. That history naturally raises doubts about Marvel Rivals. Could the same thing happen again? Unlike Super War, however, Marvel Rivals is launching across Xbox, PC, and PS5 as a free-to-play title, and it's already making noise. Ever since its trailer dropped at Gamescom, it's been drawing both anticipation and skepticism. Some are hyped to finally play as their favorite Marvel superheroes, while others dismiss it as just Overwatch in third-person mode. But let's set aside the bias for a second. The real question is, what's the first impression of Marvel Rivals just one day after release? First, let's talk about the graphics. Marvel Rivals is built in a fully 3D environment with a toon shading style, making the heroes look like they've literally jumped straight out of the comic books. The default outfits are based on Marvel's most recent comic storyline, not the classic looks or the MCU costumes we've seen recycled over the past 2 decades. This makes the game feel fresh and more approachable, especially for new players. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, every detail looks sharp and vibrant, while still being light enough to run smoothly on lower-end PCs. You don't need a beast of a rig to enjoy it. Just a budget setup is enough to play without worrying about FPS drops. That being said, beyond the third-person perspective, the game feels very similar to Overwatch. Honestly, if you play Overwatch long time and you hear someone else playing Marvel Rivals without looking at the screen, you'd probably ask, wait, is that Overwatch? The screams, the character interactions, the physics-based sound effects, it's almost identical. And the gameplay loop reinforces that impression. Just like Overwatch, you'll pick from different roles such as support, tank, or DPS, then jump into matches where your job is to either escort a payload or capture points. Mission? Stop the enemy team from reaching the goal within the time limit, or push your team forward while fighting tooth and nail over objectives like point A and B. Many of the character kits feel like direct counterparts to Overwatch heroes. Don't believe me? Just go on Twitch and watch streamers. You'll literally hear them calling out Overwatch character names instead of the actual Marvel Rivals names. For example, Hawkeye plays almost exactly like Hanzo, except with dual blades. Basically Genji back when he was still a concept design before becoming a Shimada brother. Squirrel Girl, yes, Stan Lee's wife in Marvel lore, spams grenades just like Junkrat. Captain America feels like a mashup of Brigitte and Doomfist, tanky, shielded, mobile, and capable of diving in and out with ease. Widow is, well, Widowmaker. Slim, stealthy, one-shot sniper. Star-Lord dual wields blasters and zips around like Tracer. Magneto looks like Sigma with metal powers. Sure, not every character is a copy-paste. There are plenty of unique playstyles. Now, is this a downside? Personally, I don't think so. For a live service game that's built to sell skins and battle passes, we can't expect every mechanic to feel 100% original. What really matters is whether the devs keep improving balance and adding new content. And speaking of balance, yeah, that's a nightmare right now. It's a MOBA-style shooter, so of course the balancing is messy at launch. While every hero feels strong, some are just flat-out busted. Case in point, Spider-Man. Players are roasting him non-stop because his skill set is absolutely toxic. He's insanely fast, super mobile, hits like a truck, has CC, and can even stun. He's supposed to be a squishy assassin, but in reality, he can dive straight into the enemy backline, unleash devastating damage, and slip out unharmed because he's nearly impossible to hit mid-dodge. And if he isolates a target, forget it, you're done. People complain about him constantly, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, I main him because he's that broken. Overall, in a TPS with a roster this big, balance issues are inevitable. Hopefully the devs will drop regular updates to smooth things out. Now let's move on to cosmetics. Like most live service games, Marvel Rivals locks new costumes, cutscenes, and artwork behind either direct purchases or seasonal battle passes. Quite normal. But one thing must be admitted, their skins very slay. These aren't just lazy recolors, their designs are carefully crafted, with some even coming with unique effects. Many of them draw from both the comics and the MCU, and honestly, they're gorgeous. A lot of the default skins look great, sometimes even better than the paid skins. Since this isn't a pay-to-win game, cosmetics are purely optional. Whether you spend or not is totally up to you. If we compare Marvel Rivals with Overwatch, the similarities are obvious, but the big question is, what does Marvel Rivals actually do better? First off, the cinematics. Every character comes with their own intros, endings, and highlight reels, all presented in gorgeous cutscenes. Honestly, it's hard to get bored when you're greeted with flashy mini-movies every time you pick a hero, win MVP, or finish a match. It's pure Marvel spectacle like playing inside a movie. Next up, the maps. You'll be battling in places both familiar and fresh like Wakanda, Spider Island, and even Planet Centauri. Each map is huge, multi-layered, and filled with hidden corners. But don't think you can just camp forever, because Marvel Rivals lets you blast through walls and even bring entire buildings down if you feel like it. To make things even better, every map starts with a cinematic intro sequence, pulling you into the atmosphere before the fighting even begins. But the real game changer is the duo synergy system. Certain characters unlock new abilities when paired together in the same team. For example, Venom and Spider-Man can trigger a symbiote passive, Hela with Thor or Loki can resurrect them after death, and Groot with Rocket can literally mount up as a walking fortress. These combos add a fresh twist that Overwatch never had. Of course, not everything is perfect. Even though Marvel Rivals is fun and explosive, it lacks the same level of strategic depth as Overwatch. And that's saying something, because Overwatch wasn't exactly flawless in that department either. Right now, every character feels ridiculously strong, and with 6 players per team, 12 heroes spamming abilities all at once, the matches often turn into chaotic brawls rather than strategic plays. Unless you have a pre-made squad, it's mostly just every man for himself, aside from the healers. Another issue is the role system, or lack thereof. There's no strict role limit, meaning you can run whatever you want, which sounds fun at first, but kills team balance. It feels like Overwatch Classic when everyone stacked tanks and steamrolled the map. No strategy, just raw power. Hopefully this gets adjusted with future updates. Then there's the HUD design. It feels a bit clunky for such a detail-heavy game. Characters often have a ton of abilities. Spider-Man alone has 8 skills with different cooldowns. In the middle of a high-speed fight, it's really hard to track which abilities are ready. Sometimes I don't even notice I've charged my ultimate because I'm already wrecking people without it. It's partly poor UI design, partly just overpowered characters. As for bugs, they're not too bad, but still noticeable. With so much verticality and free movement, it's easy to fall out of the map, get stuck in walls, or clip into awkward spots. Spider-Man and Venom especially tend to glitch out when swinging around. It doesn't happen all the time, but enough to be annoying. And then, the characters themselves. They look too good. Every hero has flawless perfect hair, flawless skin, perfect outfits. Honestly, they're almost too pretty. Take Hawkeye, for example. He looks so dark and edgy, it's like they turned him into a full-on shinobi. Compare this to Conquered, which nailed character variety not just in race, but in appearance. Some pretty, some scruffy, some relatable. In Marvel Rivals, even if you're ugly in real life, your in-game hero is still drop-dead gorgeous. So, wrapping things up, Marvel Rivals is a strong, exciting TPS with a lot of potential. If NetEase keeps the updates coming, adding new heroes, new game modes, and maybe even a proper campaign, Overwatch better watch out or risk ending up in the same graveyard as Paladins. That said, NetEase does have a history of abandoning games after launch, so let's hope they don't drop this game again. For now though, my personal rating, 8 out of 10. Fun, flashy, worth playing. And that's my review of Marvel Rivals. What do you think? Have you tried it yet? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.